Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Weest, Shottest Thou Firstest. Sorry, I've been practicing my Old English because Season 1 of Dice Before Dishonor cometh in January, and it's going to uploadeth and droppeth in your lappeth sooneth. But for right now, we are walking the streets of a colony planet. Ancient China, mists, huge domed green moss-colored mountains that hold giant hammocks. And upon these hammocks are broken down ruined cities, ruined because of the Clone War. Our party, I refuse to call them heroes, have been navigating and taking in the local sites. R4, Arthur, has been left with their brand new freighter, the Archelon. And is he landed, or you guys just got him circling around?
We have him in orbit, low orbit, ready for a quick infiltrate, pick us up if we need him.
What are my standing orders, Master? Like that?
Sweet.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
It's much cooler than being this droid. Okay.
I'll have to get us one of them too.
Yes. He powers the other one. You just plug him in. Powers all your cell phones. So, with, let's say, oh, I almost forgot. Did we ever finish the mechanic rolls for Poser fixing his ride?
I think so, yeah.
Pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
I know we had started them. Wasn't sure if we finished them. Give me another mechanic.
Yeah, I fixed them. So I fixed the bike, but I failed on the cosmetic changes. So the amps don't work properly.
I'm already getting flack from the drowning in the sewer of poo skill challenge, where you had to get 3 successes before 2 failures, but they don't realize I was talking about you swimming. Once you got to the wall and just started making athletics check, we kind of canned that skill check. You understand, people? So go back a couple episodes and you'll see I forgot to announce it, going, okay, the skill check's over, now we've changed the situation. It became a huge debate about using force choke, thank you, Messina, versus... Anyway. Give me a mechanics check. Let's see some dice roll.
I'm looking back at the chat logs. There's already 3, a 26, a 24, and an 11.
Oh. Well, some of us cleared our chat logs. Good for you. So, rolling down the street on his bike. Oh, that's right, because you sat outside the cantina leaning against your bike trying to look cool.
Well, I wasn't trying to look cool. I was just sitting on the bike. Or sitting next to the bike.
He wasn't trying to, Jeff. He just was.
He just was cool.
His speakers aren't as cool as the ghillie suit choral speakers that you got going.
What ghillie suit? There's somebody wearing a ghillie suit here? I can't see them.
All you see is boots.
Once in a while, there'll be a random aquatic alien just like walk right into him. There's you there. Avoid the fish people. You guys had tried to get some intel on a man named Warwick Raiden. We found out he's a Devorian, the little devilish looking dude race, with little black horns and the red skin, the big grin. And I believe you guys had just come back out on the street and hooked back up with Poser, who was talking to a beggar.
Yep.
And you guys were going to sort of like head in the direction thou pointeth.
Yes, that's exactly what we were going to do.
And I had already mentioned to the party about those strange people that came from or to the alley entrance, stared at me for a little bit, and then walked away. So,
very, very, very disconcerting.
Which I think would have everybody on the alert. And if it didn't, I would say, hey guys, I think we're being watched here. Keep your eyes on the ready. And your pistols loose in the holster, if you know what I'm saying.
Would you like a perception check to see if
Yes,
you
I would.
see or hear anything suspicious on this broken down, shady colony. Everything looks suspicious.
Broken.
How about a round of perception checks? Just for funsies.
Got an 8.
An 8 for old man Zin.
Oh my, I got a 20, a natural 20 for a total of 29.
Very nice.
I also got an 8.
I got a 16.
Yes. You notice the GM's cut video, which will have different music going up on YouTube, which will show the battle board, as it were, soon. Will also show these dice rolls with lovely actual side chat bar, which was not edited in last time. Mr. 29, Askaleth, 16. Let's start at the bottom. Poser and Zin. Your master is telling you to keep an ear out, keep an eye out. You're looking all around. Heading along, you know. Maybe just because you've got that volume down but consistent groove music going with your new ghillie suit there, Zin. You know, it just kind of has it's a bit of a white noise and you're not like hearing much else.
Just trying to fiddle the dials until it hits polka.
Yeah. Askaleth, where he's constantly reading into his data pad, making notes about aliens he sees humping in alleys, or, you know, always astute, always acutely distracted, possibly, by something. Wait, nope, you do hear something. A low humming noise, almost like a buzz. Dr. Leth. Rahal, you hear the distinctive whine of speeder bikes that are revved up at high speed as opposed to the low repulsor lift rumble which is going along beside you here at low speed that Poser's cruising along on. Roll for initiative, boys. What do we do? The scene falls upon you. We are in a massive four-way intersection. Each corner of the intersection is just blocked out like some rough-edged buildings.
I got a 16.
I got an 18.
I got a 28.
I got a 20.
A 20. Now, ignoring the visual, because I forgot to put them on the DM's layer, I spent too much time trying to group these minis so these little dudes would stay on their speeder bikes. Merrick. Let's roll for Merrick. In the surprise round, taking point. Rahal,
Yes.
alerting Merrick to danger.
Yes, I'm alerting everybody to danger.
Fist goes up, everyone stops. Merrick trucks into the center of the intersection, pulls out Sasha, looks left, looks right, looks ahead. We hear that buzzing noise, and it's seeming to come from ahead of us? No. To the left of us? No. Beside us? It's just incomprehensible for a quick moment that it's coming from all directions. But it is proven to come from all directions because the first thing we see are two bikes, total Mad Max style, like these things are cobbled together with crazy looking Borderland dudes on them, holding a great big net, and they cross straight through the intersection and scoop up Merrick, or I should say try to scoop up Merrick in the net, and basically go from the right side you guys are facing straight through the intersection to the left, and we just see the bike, and then we see Merrick, and boom, he's gone, and we just see this bundle of net being dragged behind them, and they go straight through. And the best part is, not hard to hit them because we're just riding along doing ride checks holding a net. Now he'll have many options with his jetpack and stuff, but for convenience sake, okay, we're going to call him a separate encounter because he basically just left the building at high speed and goes taking off vroom, straight through. And almost as if to block pursuit from the left, coming around those guys that went flying down there, two bikes come roaring up and block the intersection. Two behind us and two in front. But by the time they get here, not really on their own initiative, or like, you know, they've been timing this type of thing, we have Aiden at the top of the initiative order going at 28.
I guess I'll kind of look back, tilt my head at Rahal, be like, want me to pursue? And I guess I'll delay for a response.
Okay.
Or if they start to like move towards us and attack.
So I'm just putting up my little round counter here,
Oh, you're good.
and then I can get things going properly. So we were alerted. We'll say this is round 1, not really a surprise round. Okay. And our baddies with their coordinate, you know, sort of drop the dime. Okay. And at the top, those guys go, and they're out. And they take Merrick with them. These guys come floating along here after Poser with an initiative of 22. I just gotta add them. One moment, please. Studying our difficulties. So putting these guys on the board really quickly, and then telling this to descend again. We have a lovely visual now of now Poser's on here twice. That's funny. I'll just have to
Actually, I'm on here 3 times.
Why are you on here 3 times, Poser?
He's
I
just
don't.
that fast.
Yeah. He goes and goes and goes again.
Surprise, I'm the Flash.
Wasn't that second edition where like basically everyone went through initiative, but you went through your first attacks, and then those that had multi got to go around like the second time? You didn't like dump everything in the first move. It was kind of neat. Really slowed down the game and time. But anyway, Poser at 28. And then we have Poser at 22. Well, that can't be right.
I think you selected the wrong token for
I think I did.
initiative.
I think I did. I think I'm very embarrassed. I'm slowing down not just the vodcast, but the podcast aspect. But we're trying something new. Be merciful.
Never.
Now, this thing doesn't want to. Anyway, it's fine. We know after the Poser, the bad guys go. So you're going to delay, and you let me know when you act, because that actually is going to pull down your initiative. Unless you just want to like hold the round, but keep your initiative for next.
Yeah, I'll do that for now. Mainly just waiting on a response from Rahal.
Okay. Leth, you're up. Zin, you're on deck. Dr. Leth.
Well,
Some fascinating puddles and craters all over this broken down stonework road here that I forgot to describe. Like bloody great 5 to 15 foot holes in the road. A couple feet deep.
Well, a couple of feet deep. That could work. I will noticing that there's not really anywhere else to get cover, I will duck into one of the holes, drawing a weapon as I move, and drop prone, so that I can aim up over the edge, but hopefully not have too much of myself exposed to the road.
Okay. Well, lying prone does actually give you, I believe, a cover bonus, or a penalty, because you're lying flat. And I will even give you a slight cover bonus because you're, lower in the ground.
That is appreciated.
Now, is there an official... See, this is why I think we should get our new satellite lawyer. He didn't ask to do this. It's just a fan I've been emailing back and forth, really enjoys the game. Shout out to Douglas Baldwin, who pointed at a bunch of things we were doing wrong, and I said, oh yeah? I'm going to ask my rules lawyer. And Jay and Aiden went, yeah, no, he's right. We just didn't want to tell you because we'd be dead already. So, with second wind being a once-a-day thing, not a once-an-encounter thing, death could come to you all on swift wings. Thanks, Doug. Glad you're on my side, or this side of law.
I say boo, Doug. Boo to you, Doug.
Thanks,
I don't know what
Doug.
you're talking about, man.
Hey. So, I'm telling you, anybody who's met Malcolm Merlin from the TV show Air is good in my books. So anyway, sorry. I just find that people are like, why are you name dropping? Don't do that. But it's like, I find that kind of thing just like really cool. So cool.
So what do you want to know?
So, where were we? Dr. Leth is going prone. You know, throw your little guy in the hole there. Pop up the little kneeling down prone sign dude. There you go. And while you're working on that, Zin is up. Rahal, you are on deck.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic idea as well. So
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll move into the share the same pit there and draw my weapon.
You guys always end up lying down together. First it was the swamp, now it's here.
I almost said share the same hole, but that would be unfortunate.
At this point, no one would be surprised, Frank.
Now. Recently,
it's a big ass.
A little foreshadowing. I know you're always saying you want some romance action.
Come on. We're owned by Disney now. It's a good show. We have kids for fans. I've recently learned now. Let's try to keep this a little above board. Please.
All right, so kind of take cover. I mean, I've got flashbacks of being strafed from our last swoop bite gang encounter. So discretion being the better part of valor. Dive into the
that
is this encounter. That footage was lost.
The
stormtroopers on Felucia. Remember?
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing him.
Where Poser got his slide.
So kind of do a slide into that thing. Draw my Widowmaker as I go. That's probably good for me.
All right. Rahal.
I have the ruling on prone targets.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay, so prone character takes a -5 penalty on melee attack rolls. Melee attacks made against prone character get a +5 bonus, while range attacks made against them get a -5 penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Being prone may also give character total cover instead of normal cover.
Oh.
Yeah. For example, being prone behind a low wall, subject to DM's discretion.
Okay. Well, they're +5, -5, +10. Like how we had peeking around the wall, and the guy was like at -10 and everything. So
yep.
I'll be kind and say that the cover is giving you that proverbial +5. But if somebody walks up to you and hits you in the head, that's negated with the +5 you get. So you're on par if someone tries to melee you.
Right. Which makes sense.
Yeah, but they will have a hard time shooting the two of you. That I can tell. Unless we aim, which negates cover. That's the thing. It slows them down, though, because they got to take like 2 swifts to aim, and then they shoot, and they can't move and shoot, or you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's no real way to get away from them aiming anyways, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there would still be a penalty for them being prone.
Their advantage is fast-moving speeder bikes. If they have to, like, aim, they can't drive the bike. It's just kind of going, or you know what I mean?
Which means they're easy targets.
Yes. Anyway, Rahal, you are up.
Okay. I am going to respond to Poser and tell him to focus fire on the current threat. So I'll be like, don't you worry about him. He can take care of himself. Take care of what's here. Crap, sorry. Hold on a second.
Get the little dog. He is the big threat in this speeder bike encounter.
Never mind. Get the dog.
Get the dog. You like that, eh? There's been a lot of Rahal impersonations.
Well, no, it's more like keep the dog safe. I like to imagine Rahal at least trusts something in the world.
Rahal, that's what Rahal needs. Rahal needs a cute little poodly lap dog to carry. That'll just,
Yeah, okay, so I'll turn to Poser and say, don't you worry about him. He can take care of himself. Focus on the threat at hand here. While I draw my weapon, moving to this little hole and dive into it myself.
Okay.
Going prone.
I wonder if the artist actually
with my
had
weapon
that,
out.
Intended.
It specifically said it's like a foot deep or so.
Yeah, no, it is. They're just curious if they were just kind of going for an aesthetic, or if they expected players to, literally like, everybody jump in the hole. It's the only cover. I mean, you're out in the open. But anyway.
Yes, it and cover is life.
Cover is like in this game, definitely. At the very least, they'll have to slow down to shoot at you. All right, so that puts us at the end of round 1.
And Poser gets to go now that he's been given his answer.
Well, I was going to just keep holding my turn until the top of the next initiative.
Oh, okay.
Or the bottom of this one, which is now, when there's no one in between you. That's the funny part. Poor guy. Can't catch a break. All right. I know, eh? Ask for Hall's new dog. Okay. For some reason, my counter doesn't seem to want to... Okay. Poser, you're up.
All right. So looking at the threats, got 2 in front, 2 to the left, 2 behind. Everybody else is in cover. Do I see...
Oh, I didn't... I'm sorry, I didn't move them.
Yeah.
They
didn't describe them either.
No, but you know what? For that freebie takeaway of Merrick, I'll say they're just coming here now. So,
okay.
What comes upon, it's sort of like, because you guys get jumped at a seriously high initiative. The low wind causes the deep bass sounds to waft up from the gaps in the city streets, which open into short shafts before continuing on into the open air beneath the bridge city. The sounds of repulsor lifts that you guys heard, I described earlier, fill the streets as 5 swoop bikes come upon you and begin to circle on their turn. Poser, your initiative is set up that before I finish even reading this text, you get to do something.
Okay, so does it look like there's a leader? Like someone kind of giving the orders?
Well, I said 5, but you notice there's 6.
Yeah.
And that's because when they do actually go, that person will probably become a parent. But again, you're going to have to drop your initiative and wait. So you want to see what they do?
Nah. Let's blast them. Let's blast them.
Okay. So they
All right.
kidnap your friend, and that's it. Open season, you just start shooting.
Damn straight. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Give me a 6 pull up the stats on the speeder bike.
Okay. So while Poser begins shooting at a random target, can you actually ping me a target?
Yeah, we're gonna go for this one up front.
Okay.
He is within range.
Yes, she is. So, as I was saying, the speeder bike people, we're the people of the speeder bike, close in and begin circling. Warriors, come out to play. I've been waiting all week to say that line.
All right. Attack roll going out.
Ooh.
22.
All right.
Is this going to be Poser Sham's first not force damage of the whole game?
Yeah, he's hit shit.
It might be.
Crap all with that axe.
Something with an axe. At least once. And
You tried and you missed.
Fair enough. I have hit some stormtroopers with grenades. And
Grenades,
I
yes.
shot them once.
Yes, okay, grenades, you're right.
I don't know
Right.
that splash effects count, dude.
Okay, so my question for Poser. Even the doctor's got it in for you. No, sorry, it doesn't count. Back in the line. Why do we keep this guy around? Oh, for cool mood music, right? He went through a lot on Aquarius. He's got a lot of thinking to do. A lot of big time out now. He's actually, Poser actually, since we got here, has been rather quiet and distant. But the distance to the person on the speeder bike, let's call her Kesra, no reason. Are you shooting for her or the bike?
I'm blasting for her.
Okay, and you got a what?
I got a 22 against a reflex defense.
Oh, just made it, dude. Nice shot.
Booyah. All right.
All right. Force me to start scribbling hit points down.
You mean lack thereof? 19 damage.
Ooh.
Okay. I think we're going to switch to the end tactic.
Run away, run away.
But yeah, so as I see them move into view and I get the okay from Rahal, I hold down on the trigger. This laser cannon starts spinning up and just lights this lady up.
Okay, now our range here. Let's double check here. Okay, I got my handy dandy Star Wars screen here. We have heavy weapons, which I believe are the mounted weapons. Okay, point blank is 50 squares with no penalty. 51 to 100 is a -2.
We're within 20 squares, maybe 30 max.
You measure that out. Is that the gray line I saw going up earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so no penalties, because actually that -2 would have dropped you to 20 and that would have missed. So
Yeah.
to be all fair and square. Now the best part is, okay, she barely gets off her line, you know, warriors come out to play. And as I was reading, the sounds of repulsorless filled the streets, 5 swoop bikes, then turned to attack. The swoop bike's leader, a tough-looking human woman with spiky black hair, urges the thugs on as they rev their bikes, and she says, the movie line, and then just gets blasted in the chest by Poser. She's like mid-monologue, right? You know, just says the line, and then just the blaster fire just shreds across the intersection. It's barely missing the one guy that was beside her as they came into formation.
This is why you get the monologuing.
Exactly.
He canceled the monologue. He shot me. You shot me in the chest. You bastard. Sorry. She says. That's Poser. Now it's our turn. You bloody bastard. All right. So see how I've moved them in here, right?
Yeah.
And they circle. So the movement on your bike here compared to mine, I'm curious. Our swoopy bikes. What kind of range do you have? Your hit points, your damage reduction, your threshold. I think because you have an Imperial bike, it's much nicer than our cobbled together, you know, crotch
Yeah, I have
rockets.
the Aerotech 74Z speeder bike. Defense or reflex defense of 14, flat-footed of 8, fortitude 12, +1 armor, 40 hit points, DR5, threshold 16, speed 12 squares, maximum velocity of 500 kilometers per hour.
Oh, okay. See, I got 12 squares, but 600. But I don't have the hit points you do, though my threshold is higher. So I guess there is a give and take here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they seem more durable.
I mean, when you're cobbled together trash, it can't really get much worse.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not total Mad Max, but that is the sort of like the whole Borderlands vibe is what I was getting from these. You know, these bikes do function. So giving any square, any distance of any square here. Where's my measuring tool? Like these guys come up from the back and it's like 8 squares. These guys come over as 10 squares. So the guys on the back here are close enough to do a nice little drive-by. So you got this guy over here, takes a swipe at Rahal as he goes by, and I'm going to have this guy kind of canter over close to Zin and take a swipe. Because they don't draw pistols. They actually draw vibroblades up over their heads, out, and hold them low, horse samurai style. And, you know, circle, and the blades are flashing in the morning sun, the afternoon sun, and they begin to circle, and their leader gets pegged, you know, and some get a little close, they see an opportunity, and they slide, and the bike rocks left, and they slip in and take a swipe. Now Rahal and everybody's in the dirt with their +5 cover. But these are melee attacks. And I didn't change my tactics. They actually, it says this is how they want to fight to open up. So we're on par. So you guys can just give me your basic reflex. Unless being prone affects your dexterity.
I didn't see anything
I
about it
don't
in the
think so. Not in the system, so. However, if I move 2 squares, I get to use a great talent called Skirmish. As long as I move 2 squares. And 2 more, a little like a literal melee drive-by attack. That great old video game Road Rage, you know, on the bikes with the pipe, ding. They come at you with vibroblades, and we have an extra +1 to attack with our attacky rolls. And just to be fair, we're not stormtroopers, but I'm using my white stormtrooper dice in my magical new tower. 2 guys. 2 3s. Plus our bonuses. What'd you guys have for reflexes?
I've got a reflex of 15.
Miss. Swipe. I hit stone. Sparks fly. Rahal?
My reflex is 18.
Also a miss. And everyone else is circling and getting into position. Dr. Leth. They counter your tactic quickly, going to melee weapons. Make a note.
Well, I suppose considering the economic state of this planet, it might not be financially viable for them all to have blasters. I must remember to consider that point in the future. At any rate...
They do have pistols on their belts. They just haven't drawn them.
Wow. I take aim.
That's nice. I have a gun. And he's really good with it. I'll never forget that Franken-Felucian guy. He just blew his head right off. I thought we were going to lose our doctor. And he showed you all how to use your pistol. Okay. As they move action, you draw?
I was saying that I draw my weapon as I move into the hole.
Right. So you got gun out. And
yes.
Do you have a target? Can you give us
Indeed. I was going to target the one that is closest to me, just off to my left.
Right. Bottom left. Okay. So in a north, south, east, west sort of pattern, and where, the intersection just kind of goes straight up, and there's a straight left and right, okay? In the bottom third, barely into the intersection, and a 10-foot wide hole lies in on the right, left on the left, in the front of the hole. To their right, 2 squares ahead, is Poser on his bike, blasting away at who he believes is the leader. Directly on his right, adjacent to him, dived in a little one-man hole 5 foot around, is our fearless leader, Rahal Overus.
Disappearing completely into it with his diminutive
and a nice
stature.
sort of 5 pentagram-shaped pattern of bikes circling at about 2 to 3 squares away are 5 swoop bikes. And then straight ahead into the deep of the intersection, about 20 away, is who we believe is the leader. Merrick is long gone. Shoot.
Damn it.
Dr. Leth, shoot.
I'm taking aim. I'm quickly firing off a shot. With apparently, it looks like a natural 1 on my attack roll.
Okay. Now I know there's natural crits. There's no confirming, but I don't think there's critical fails. It just automatically, I don't think they're gun jamming and stuff. Though I did find out that Starfinder has a crit deck. I wonder if we could use elements of that in a fumble deck in our Star Wars game in the future. We shall see. We always had pride ourselves on rules as written, and we are trying to test for ourselves if these rules, as they claim, are a bit broken. So we do appreciate fans saying, oh, hey, we know it's your game, but you kind of missed this type of thing, because we are trying to give it an honest go. Zin, you're up, sir. Rahal, you're on deck.
All right. Well, seeing that people are taking a swipe at me, let's see here. I'm going to shoot the same target that Dr. Leth fired at. Let's see. Whip over the ex-wife. Take a shot. AC 20.
Sorry, can you give me a line? Give me a target again?
Got that one right there.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Your buddy's in the way. You know that, right? You want to crawl? Because Leth is directly, crawl to the back. Flip over in the hole and bing.
There.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go.
3 squares away. And a 20. Now, these guys don't have the same reflex as some of them. And you got a 20. Yes, that is a hit, sir.
Okay. 17 points of damage.
Okay, that is a very good hit. Now, when you beat someone's threshold, do you guys remember the rules?
I personally do not.
I believe they go one down the condition track.
They do, I believe. Let me see if I can find threshold.
All right.
Not positive.
-1 to all skill checks.
I think if you beat their threshold with a single attack, they die. Period.
Oh, it's like a massive damage thing.
There's no stabilization. There's like if you do more than the threshold in a single shot,
It messes you up, but
Seriously?
I think you're just.
I'm
down.
pretty sure that's like if you put them to 0 with damage that's higher than their threshold.
Right. Yes.
yeah,
So that's right. If you take them to nothing, they're just dead.
but they have to be.
Okay,
yeah.
damage threshold. Attacks that deal massive amounts of damage can impair, incapacitate you regardless of how many hit points you have remaining. Your damage threshold determines how much damage a single attack must deal to reduce your combat effectiveness, or in some cases, kill you. It's equal to fortitude save. Let's see if there's more. Sorry, I have to go through like the entire book searching through, so...
That's fine. Rahal, because we all have separate targets while he's looking, with no need to stop the action. It's all technically happening simultaneously.
Realizing that I've brought a gun to a speeder knife fight, I'll stand up for my movement, and then I will take a shot at which one was the guy that swiped at me?
On your right. Now, these guys aren't adjacent. They did like a drive-by, so he does not get attack of opportunity. You know what I mean? You know how usually you'd move up, attack, and stay there? Actually,
Well,
that's why I kind of left
technically,
them.
if you were going to play that rule, then we'd get one as soon as they left our threat radius on the drive-by. So, I mean...
No, but the skirmish, the vehicles and skirmish have rules for that, and you were lying down. I don't know if prone characters do. But anyway, carry on.
So, I stand up, and then I take a shot at this guy who swiped at me, because ain't nobody going to mess with Rahal. And I let a mighty shot of 8. Attack of 8. Pew, pew, pew.
Sorry? No. Any heartwarming or uplifting information from Poser?
Just what you think. When a single attack made against you deals damage that is equal to or exceeds your damage threshold, but not enough damage to drop you to 0, you move -1 down the condition track. If the damage reduces you to 0, you're dead.
Right, so that's pretty much what we said, right?
Yep. Yeah, just confirming it.
Yeah, okay. Great. Sorry, dealing with incoming. So,
Dead air.
in round 3, Poser.
All right. How does the lady look?
Pissed off. You don't get to be a swoop gang leader by, going down with one hit and limping away. Are you
Fair
kidding me?
enough.
Unless, of course, it's in my script and I've suffered enough damage to possibly, provoke some kind of we give. You just never know. So, is that what you're looking for? You're hoping for some kind of threat?
I'm curious if I could tell if I hit her damage threshold or not. But I guess that might be.
Oh, if you hit her threshold, what was that hit? 19?
Yeah, 19.
19 points?
Yeah.
Maybe you did. Maybe I'm running around at -1. Get a little closer and ask me personally. Yes,
Oh, Jeff,
I'm running at
if you want me
-1.
to get closer, I will get all of
I'm
it.
running at -1. You terrible, terrible. You're the worst tourist ever. that we've seen. We're like the welcoming committee. I mean, we don't look the nicest, you know. That'd be nice. You just got all these Mad Max guys come out going, they're throwing wreaths over your heads, you know.
They're like, welcome, let's take away your most armed and biggest dude.
You were like,
what?
he's chosen for marriage or the volcano, one or the other. Now that you've sacrificed one of your member, the rest of you can party with us. That's not such a bad deal. No, it's not a bad deal.
All right.
Terrible deal.
So,
Eric is our
standard
king.
action, I'm going to tell this woman, leave now, or all of your men will die. And I'm going to use Adept Negotiator on her.
Don't you have to be out of combat for that? A whole minute,
Nope.
Diplomacy.
As a standard action, you can weaken the resolve of one of your enemies with your words. It's a
Ooh.
talent that I took.
Right on. Okay. So you're going to attack my will defense?
Yes. If I equal or meet it, then it moves you one step down the condition track. And due to the talent that I took at third, Force Persuasion, I can use the Force check instead of my Persuasion check modifier.
That was like the best part of Kotar, right? You just wait to open up the Force Persuasion
Stack in the
tree
business.
All right. 17
against my...
will defense. And if it meets
Yes,
or beats,
it does.
okay, drops her to -2.
Jeez, man. We just met. You really know how to show a girl a good time. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, crippling... Make a note of that. -2. Crippling the lead, you know. But doesn't look like we're losing. Just looks like you guys are doing very, very well. You haven't scattered my forces, you know. Everyone's still on their bikes. We're down to like a guy or
as
two.
a action, can I draw my axe? Since that was only a standard.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
and,
have your
um,
movement as well.
Because we were talking about it before, and you guys are, and your character, the enemies are moving now. We can make attacks of opportunity while we're prone. There's nothing that says we can't,
Okay,
and we
cool.
can do so with like ranged weapons. They can't make attacks of opportunity against us if we had considered to have cover.
Well, they didn't make an attack of opportunity. They just...
Well, I mean, if they were to go to do
he's
so, they
leaving
can't.
his cover. That's the thing. As soon as he
Yeah,
stands up, he's leaving his cover.
Yep.
So I would debate that one. Like, I can understand if he's like, I'm standing up, but I'm around the doorway, or...
I meant like if you
behind
go
the
to do an
wall.
attack of opportunity against myself or Zin.
Yeah, well, it depends on what you do. I think... Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
get into the arguing when it happens, not...
Situational. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, cross that bridge when we come to it.
Get me all riled up with the if
Moving
maybe, shoulda,
along.
coulda, woulda. All right.
Moving along.
No, it's fine. However, Poser, you want to move a vehicle, you got to make a piloting check. And if you take 10, I'm not going to say you don't need two hands, but there's you drawing an axe as a move action, and there's like you operating a vehicle. It's not moving your feet where you walk and pull out your axe. This is a vehicle.
Well, no, I
There's gotta be a
don't want to
difference.
walk and pull out my axe. I'm just pulling out my axe.
Okay.
But to handle a vehicle normally, you don't have to make pilot checks. It's to do specific things like increase your vehicle speed, making maneuvers like ramming and whatnot.
Yes, but you are going along at low speed, like drifting with the guys. So if you
Yeah,
take off
that
and head
doesn't
up
take a
there,
pilot
I would
check.
call that an increase. What do you want to do? I think I got confused with Matt going ends movement, and then I'm just trying to jump on this before.
Well, no, he wanted to draw his weapon, and I was just saying he used a standard action. He still has his movement.
Yeah, I thought.
Well,
So
yeah,
he
that-
can
that's what I
draw
was
his
saying.
weapon.
Okay,
Well, drawing a weapon is a move action.
so what do you want to do, Poser?
Draw my axe.
That's it.
That is it.
Okay, us. Well, you certainly got our attention because two go right for you, doing drive-bys. One coming straight at you and passing you on your right in sort of a tilt joust, and one going straight across your nose, as it were, taking swipes with their vibro blades.
Do they provoke from me?
No, they're just moving into melee.
Oh, okay. So they're just driving in, they aren't driving out. Got it.
Yeah, and they're using their skirmish. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise, every time you ran by somebody, you'd take it in the back of the head. That doesn't seem to make much sense. No one would ever like, these bikes are very dangerous. Every time I come up near them, I get whacked in the back of the head when I go by.
Well, when you're fighting in a system where most of the people are just using blasters, they aren't usually going to take attacks of opportunity. The only time you're threatened by any of that is when you're fighting someone that uses melee attacks. And then you get advantage over them by using range attacks against those melee people. A trade-off.
With these guys, all they have to do is move 2 squares. They don't have to do the full drive-by. So I think what they're going to do is, like I said, if you're aware, if it's obvious, then they won't leave a threatening square. They'll get there 2 to get their inertia, use their skirmish ability, get right tight in there, but I'll end my movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's totally
in the
fine.
moment, because otherwise, like I said, if I have everybody revved up going, wing, we're all going to hit the back of the head. So those 2 come at you. This one guy here is going to keep on the circling pattern, move 2 squares, and get right over top of Zin and take a whack at him. This guy down here is going to come up behind Rahal, and this guy here is going to crank, hard left. Boy, these minis are not being very cooperative. Oh, now he's shrinking. No! Just get back on the bike, dude. I tried to group minis, it did not work well. And they come in like so. Anyway, as long as the ass end is moved 2 squares, I get my +1 to hit with my skirmish ability. And just because at the top from the 12 to the 3 o'clock happens to be open space for us, 4 going at 2 guys, and the 1 guy down here hovering around 7 o'clock is coming around where Zin and them are. I just don't have people to get around there just yet. But soon. So, let us take a swipe. Let's start with Zin. 18 plus 6 is 24.
Ouch. Yep, that hits.
Rahal number 1. 16.
That's a miss.
And an 8.
And that's a miss.
And Poser. A 9. I love this tower. And a 14.
Both of those miss.
So just a little bit of vibro accent for good old man Zin. But the good news is, we're your generic happy-go-lucky Borderlands gang. Where's our vibro blade? 2d6 plus 3. 2d6 plus 3. Now, I forgot I was also shooting video for a wonderful configuration of people I like to call Bailey and the Dice Doubters. One of my coworkers is a big fan, and she has a group of friends that don't believe we do legitimate dice rolls in our podcast because they can't see our dice. Well, I said I will put some stuff directly to video just for you so you can see those rolls. But of course,
that's because they don't know that we're gamers first.
Yes. Well, so I'm calling them the Dice Doubters.
I think they just don't believe your dice, Jeff.
Yeah.
What?
Half the time I don't believe your dice either, but
you roll on person. Don't roll on the program like everyone else.
Yes.
There's no
imagine how badly crits and I bought my little tower. I have the
imagine how badly he would roll if he could.
You realize though, saying that does imply that.
Tell me a DM that flips the dice over a screen into the middle of the grid and goes, "Oh, what was that? Can you show me that? 15? Does that hit you?" I occasionally roll on screen here as a favorite.
Yeah, sure, good faith.
Yeah, once in a while, something like that. I have every right to hide behind my screens in my tower. However, I will roll damage. You'd be like, you need bad, roll my damage. My damage. As soon as I can figure out this new dice roller, they change.
Couple of ones. That's all we care about. Just keep rolling ones.
2d6 plus 3. 11.
Well, that's technically a couple of ones.
Haha. How about your threshold?
You ask for this.
Boom.
How about your threshold?
Threshold's 19.
Okay. I'll come back. See you next week. See you next week. He drives away. You're obviously too tough in your manhole. Okay. And now we have the leader. We have the leader. I'm just going to pretend I never said that. Comes lots of squares down here. Zing. And there's that, what do you call it? That slow motion, they do the two people passing up bikes or whatever, and they slow it down and they look at each other, right? This one guy is kind of in the way, though I still have that sort of option to go at him. 12 squares. I believe it's going to take me a move and a half or almost a double move to get here. What do I want? 15, 16 squares? Yeah, like a move and a half. Anyway, I'm going to come up to here. Oops. Boy, these minis are being unforgiving. I need to move at least 2 squares.
You should just use the bikes.
Yeah, well, they're all stuck together. It'd take me too while to undo this mess. Anyway, she comes up to here, and that's it for her. And I have the option to move 2 squares and attack anybody I want. Anybody I wanna. A double move, and... Oh, you know what? Guess using my own rule against me. I'm gonna do that 12. I'm gonna do that square. 1, 2. Anyway, I'm gonna repossession, and she has, second move. She's drawn a weapon. She's drawn a weapon. Dr. Leth.
And here I was worried I wouldn't have a clear shot on anyone. Noticing a new target moving in from the north. Flip around and take aim.
Righto.
That would be an attack of 9.
Miss. I'm getting some bleed from this.
I think that might be Samantha.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Right in the middle of combat. There we go. There we go. Force mute. Photobombed. But we'll discuss more of the cast later. So now we have... I got so many things going on here. Zin is up. Unless Dr. Leth had anything else he wanted to do.
I do not have an option to do anything else, so that is it for now.
Okay. And Rahal, you're on deck.
All right. Well, so he's, excuse me, right there in my face, so I'm taking another shot at him. I'll kind of scramble back 5 feet. Oh, would that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Sorry, I just got off of that screen here. Where are you?
I was right there. Like he's like breathing down my neck to take a swing at me.
Or are you
I'm
just
just
moving
shoot
and
him.
going to do something?
No, I was just going to scramble back and then shoot him.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
I didn't get that at all.
I said I was just going to
Audio
scramble
problems tonight.
backwards.
This is why we don't do
shoot him.
live shows, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, come again, Frank?
I'm just going to shoot him.
Okay.
Missed. Attack roll of 7.
All right. Rahal, show me something fancy.
Well, I don't got much fancy. Is this guy on the speeder bike adjacent to me though?
Yep.
Yeah, right there. He is. Wow.
So there's a guy in front of you, kind of.
I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. Now,
But
I know pistols don't provoke. Do rifles?
Rifles do, yes.
Yeah.
But I have a heavy blaster pistol, so...
No, I know you're okay. I was thinking about Zin for later. Because that backup move, Frank, might be your best choice either way.
Yeah. So I will take aim and shoot. And hopefully roll 20s. Dice roll is nice to me for a total of 11. Which I'm assuming is a miss. But you never know.
Oh, I know. Oh, you want to be annoyed? No, you miss. Of course you miss. It's terrible.
Boo. Okay.
Boo. Terrible.
And that's all I got. Yeah, no, I took aim and I shot.
All right. Round 4. A moment in time. The leader drawing in, pulling a weapon, is the center intersection. In front of her, a guy is cross-checked, gone right across the nose of Poser, effectively blocking any other shots, and is menacing his blade, but he missed. Another on Poser's right kind of passes by him a little bit, but not enough to provoke attack of opportunity, and also is wavering. To the right of them, unbeknownst, lying... Oh, nope, now he's standing in his hole. Circling tight, 2 more speeder bikes, mixing up with Leader Rahal, and this one guy at the bottom, circling around Dr. Leth and Zin. I'd say at this point, usually we go 5 rounds, the battle could go either way. Poser, what do you
Yes, Jeff. I am going to wield my axe defensively and swing at the dude on my right.
All right. And whilst you're doing that, since the bad guys go next, we get some pre-rolling going here. Everyone's going to continue to attack the same targets. Practically.
Oof. All right. 6 to hit. So misses, but my reflex is now 3 higher.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to move everybody. Oh, they crashed! D20 is not being kind. I think I literally just lost an entire bike. Where did it go? It just disappeared.
it looks
on top of the other bike. Yeah, on top of the other.
Yeah, God. Anyway, everyone, they're circling. There's much circling. Really enjoy this. Okay. Sorry, so what'd you get there, Pose?
I got a 6.
That's a miss. Let's
Yeah.
start with the one that came past you, hooks around, and goes for Leth. I just can't straighten the bike out properly sideways.
Is that not an attack of opportunity for Poser?
No, because he's still in a threatened.
Oh, no, I'm leaving threatened squares. Sure, if he wants. But you can't take a attack of opportunity when you're fighting defensively. Can you?
I'm not sure about that. I think he can.
Standard action, you can concentrate more, protect yourself than hurting your enemies. Take a -5 penalty on your attack rolls. Gain a -2 dodge bonus to your reflex
Then
save.
hurting your enemies.
If you choose to make no attacks until your next turn, you take a +5 bonus to your reflex save. There's nothing that says you don't get to make an attack of opportunity.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
If you wish.
But I still have to swing at the -3 that I'm at.
Negative, 5.
No, I took melee defense, which allows me to
Right.
get a bonus to my reflex equivalent to my BAB or up to, but I have to take a penalty of a similar stature. So I get a +3 to my reflex, but a -3 to my attacks.
Right.
Cool.
So
Go right ahead then. Do your worst.
14 to hit,
14 to hit.
for 8 damage.
No. Miss. Sorry.
It's okay.
Now us. Where were we? Oh, right. Dr. Leth, natural 20. Automatic crit. And we have... Then that's from the guy that could have been hit by Poser. One guy going for Leth. With a 19. Rahal. 19 plus is 25.
Oh, that's a hit.
And one guy shifting targets from you, provoking. No, you have a pistol. That doesn't provoke.
Yes, it does.
You can get attacks of opportunity with a pistol and from a melee guy.
Yes, you can.
Ooh. You're going to shoot me in the back? Well, you guys are the worst
Absolutely, I will shoot you in the
tourists
back.
ever. The worst tourists ever. All right, go ahead. I'm not even going to tell you what I roll.
Pew, pew, pew. Come on. 8.
Well, I got it like a 4, so it's like 6. And the leader. The moment. We've been waiting for it. Frank, did I hit you?
Would you roll?
I believe it
14?
was 19, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And our leader herself has a very, 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 very... Oh, no, she doesn't have a vibro. She has a big gun. She pulls out her, so she moves up, pulls out her pistole, and is going to shoot you in the face.
She can try.
Well, you know what? Because I'm a named character, I'm going to call Jay on his, Here's my 11 plus 6 is 17.
Misses.
Pew, pew, pew. And a miss. Damage. 2d6 for those blades. Remember those? 1 for Zin. Getting chopped up every fight. 10 to Zin. And a nasty roll. 12 for Rahal from that one hit.
Ouch.
Dr. Leth. Oh, right. Also got hit with that big crit.
Yeah.
A natural 20 is automatic crit, no confirming.
Right.
And crits in this game are just double damage.
Yep.
Doubling the damage. I can't remember, do we double the damage or do we just roll like 46? That was a big debate. Is it just like a bunch of extra dice, or do they just double? I think they just.
I'm
roll.
pretty sure it's double damage. I'm pretty sure is how it works. You take your damage dice, number, or well, let's read. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, pretty sure we can roll. Some special guests in the house, waiting for the next session. Seeing names pop up. We have Alexander Larson has dropped into the game, and he's you know him as Master Prawn, and newcomer to the podcast, but that's a secret. Can't reveal everything.
It just says you score a critical hit and deal double damage.
Yeah, so it just doubles your regular dice.
Yeah.
Yahoo. 16. Look at those ones. You are so lucky. 16 points. Does that hit your threshold?
Be close. I think mine's 17, so he's got to be close to that.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Yes,
you.
Oh, I for whatever reason thought you did 20 damage. I'm gonna fix that. And 16, not my threshold. No.
No, 20 was the hit because there's it's an auto.
Okay, that's much better.
That's much better. I feel much better.
So you did 16 damage, you said?
His neck is all crooked at a bad angle, and it just
Yeah,
his collarbone heals
16
up.
points.
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
Sits back up.
That's way better than.
That's much better.
All right. So we have,
I get to go now, right?
Yeah, we're getting right down to the end, guys. And then we're gonna can this episode because we're right in the middle of a fight. We've got Leth, then Zin, then Rahal. Give me all you got.
Okay, well, I would like to take my second wind.
Have you
That's
used
a
your
swift
second
action,
wind
right?
today?
I have not.
No.
Would you like to use your second wind today?
I would definitely like to use my second wind, thank you.
Why don't you, with Doug's permission, of course, use your second wind today? Doug,
Okay.
wherever you are, if you're listening, write that down.
That means I get how much
Oh,
back?
I'm the DM. I guess I should write it down. Yeah, okay. Right. Left.
Sorry, it's been a while. How much do I get back for that then?
1/4.
Isn't there a minimum?
Or your Constitution score, not your modifier, but your score.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you
Whichever
get high
one's
enough level at
higher.
1/4 is higher?
Yes, that happens at you do get high enough where a quarter of your level is higher. It won't take too many levels.
Well, you pick one.
I'm not currently at that point yet, though.
Okay, then take your con, please. All right.
Okay. And now I guess I'm going to shoot the guy in front of me.
What are you going to do about it? Okay. And you have a pistol, which does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot. And Zin, what are you going to do while he's rolling dice?
Considering I just took a second axe to the face, I'm not pleased about that. I'm going to shoot back.
Damn,
Same guy. But I'm just going to drop my hip pistol and fire away with that. So draw a weapon and fire.
Okay.
21 to hit for 14 points of damage.
Oh my.
And that was a 7 by me, by the way.
Oh my.
And it does make the cool barking cricket sound. Pew, pew, pew.
Sorry, Jay, what was that?
Oh, that was a 7 to hit for me, so miss.
Yes. Sorry, I saw it pop up and I just kind of went forward and...
Yep.
But thank you for calling it out for the podcast.
It's okay. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Zin does something terrible.
And this is the same guy hit for 19.
So tell me again, if I were to say have 2 hit points, and Old Man Zin does 14, and my actual threshold is 14, do we have to go 14 below?
No, that's dead.
Or do you
dead.
just blow his head
He's
right
dead.
off?
Yeah,
Just
he's
Pop
dead.
the head.
You're a vicious little old man. You know that?
I am a mean old man.
He's a very,
Get up.
very...
Get off my grass.
Or
Get away
mean.
from my pothole.
Mr. Zin.
Mr. Grin.
Rahal. Bring it home, bro.
Oh,
What do you got?
going to take a shot at.
That's a move action for all that singing.
I'm confused as to what's going on with all these speeder bikes around me. I think that's a speeder bike.
Yep.
And that's a speeder bike.
Yes.
Right there.
You're actually surrounded by 3. Take your pick.
And there's another one here.
There's 2 here.
2 there. Okay. Oh,
One is
okay.
supposed to be over here, trying to turn, and yeah, things got very discombobulated.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. So shooting at this guy.
Okay. Guy forward on your right. Got a lot of fresh dudes here.
Because that's the direction I'm facing.
Okay.
And that just makes sense to Lazy Rahal.
Shoot.
Got to take the path of least resistance.
And
And I got a 19.
which hits?
Boom! For 12 damage. Pew, pew, pew!
Okay.
First pistol hit of the night.
A nasty chunk out of that gentleman. They are closing, they are circling, they are using bikes with swords, and we're shooting our pistols, and it is the cluster of the flowers. I'll call it that, because there's kids listening, remember? And we go to round 5. And we will see you next time on We Shot First, because Poser just can't hold his... The guy just shoots everybody, like the leader. He shoots the leader. I don't even have like a marker over my head. What's up with that?
I'm not
As,
sorry.
as soon as he saw a lady,
Rahal is so
he shot
proud.
all over the place.
Perfect.
Doesn't like.
God.
He's jealous of other
That's-
swoop owners.
I'm sorry for anybody who had to hear that. That's terrible.
You're a horrible person, Jay.
But